Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be looking at loops or iterative statements. So a loop basically executes a line of code over and over again until prompted to stop or forever if that's how you program it. So we're going to start with the for loop. So I'm going to say for and let's create an integer variable and call it I. So for int I is equal to 0 and then we terminate. I is let's make I less than or equal to. So this is where our loop will end, or this is the number of times our loop will run. Say 5. No, note that because I is equal to 0, the loop will run 6 times because starting from 0. So and then I, so the increment operator I plus plus. Now we say see out. Oops. So we see out I. Let's give a space between each of them and then end line. Now let's run this code. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you see we have 6 digits here because we started from 0. So that's for the for loop. And we can also decide to make it even numbers. So you can say I plus equal to 2. So actually multiples of 2. And then let's change the end point here to 10. Now when we run the code, so we have 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now moving on, let me comment this. Now the next one will be the while loop. So let me actually okay. The while loop keeps running as long as the condition is true. So I'll create I and say int I is equal to 0. Now while I is less than, let's say, 7. Okay, this is so while I is less than 7 is the condition. See out I. Then we run this. Oh, I seem to have gotten infinite loop. Let's break out of this. Now, what error did I make? I forgot to indicate the increment operator. So I increase I by 1. So because I didn't indicate that, we're just getting 0 repeatedly. Now when we run the code, yes, so you see 0 up to 6 because less than 7. We can also use the decrement operator. So we can say I, so we'll start from, let's start from 10 actually, and say while I is greater than 2, minus minus. Then we run this code. So we start from 10, 9, 8, all the way up to 3, because after 3, I is 2. Okay, so that's it for the while loop. Now let's look at the do while loop. So for the do while loop, do so wait. So first we declare what I is. So int I is equal to 0. Terminate. So do what do we want the code to do? So this time let's make it display a line of text. So let's say keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. And so while wait, keep it up and then we increase I while and the condition here will be I is less than 4. Terminate. So let's go down. Oh, I'm getting an error here. Oh, I put one for I. Yes. So it runs the line, keep it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because that's from 0 actually. So 0, 1, 2, 3. And then it's less than 4. So if we made I 1 and then we run the line of code, I is equal to 1, 1, 2, 3. Like that, because I plus 3 is less than 4. So we, if we want it to end on 4, we add, so we say less than or equal to 4. To run the line 4 times or to loop 4 times. Okay. Now with loops, we also have the break statement. And in loops, when you use a break, it makes the loop stop running from that point on. So say for int I is equal to, let's make I one. I is less than 8. Termination. I plus plus. Oh, plus plus. I bring that curly brace and let's put a condition. So if I is equal to, where do we want it to stop running? Let's say at 4. So when I is equal to 4, the line of code should stop running. So break. And yeah. So what do we want it to say once it breaks? Let's say um, goal reached. Goal reached. Goal reached. Okay. Where I brought the break too early. So when so this is how it runs. When once the loop reaches 4, it will see out goal reached, and then we can break. Actually. So now we run the code. Hmm. We're not getting any output here. We're not getting any errors here. So it's not a syntax error. It's a schematic error. Let me see what I have done. Right. Let's go to create another curly brace. The curly brace. And then when we run the line of code, goal reached 4. So goal reached at 4. When you got to 4, and the goal was reached. We also have continue. Let's say Control Shift. So for continue, it skips that part of the code and continues running. Unlike break where the loop stops. For continue to skip and continue the loop. So for for I is equal to 1, I I is less than or equal to less than equal to 7, then I plus increment. Now say let's give it a condition. If I is equal to where should it what portion should it skip? Let's say 4. So if I is equal to 4, continue enter and see out the values of I. See out I. So you can see here it went 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. It skipped 4 because we indicated that when it gets to 4, it should skip and then continue running the code. Okay. We also have nested loops. Nested loop. A nested loop is like a loop within a loop. So let's say for int I is equal to 1, I is less than or equal to 5, and then we increase I by 1. Now we create another loop within this loop. So and then let's name this integer variable j. So for j is equal to 1, j is less than or equal to whatever I value at the time. Okay, and then we say see out. Wait, let me check my curly braces. And this for the first one, and then for the second one, another set of curly braces. So let me move this. So we see out. So what we are trying to do here, what I'm trying to do here is create a triangle by using the nested the nested loop. And then this asterisk will be what our triangle body is made of. So and then see out and line. Now let's build. Make sure there are no errors. No errors. And let's run. Oh, I seem to have made a mistake. Where okay, I see it's up here. Plus instead of J plus plus. small j. Right. So now when we run, we're not getting anything. Why is that? Let me look at my code again. For int I is equal to 1, I is less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. For int j is equal to, for int j is equal to 1, j is less than or equal to I, wait a minute, and then j plus plus. Now this should run, okay, an error, expected, let me check, check, 943, right. I've put a semicolon here and I'm ending the loop, but we actually want the loop to continue. Now, when we run it, yes, we get the results. So the first line of code here is telling the program how many rows we should have for our triangle, which is 5. And then the second line, the J, is telling the program how many asterisks should be on each line of code. So for each I is the equivalent J. So this is line 1, so 1 asterisk, line 2, 2 asterisk, 3, and so on up to 5. And now the cout end line here makes every line go on a new line. So instead of it all being a straight line. So if I were to comment the cout and run the code again, see everything's on one line. We don't get the triangle. So cout. Okay, so this has been today's lesson on loops